Hello! Greetings mga ka-spacers natin out there from Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. And sa lahat ng ating mga ka-spacers worldwide and netwide, magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. This is your ka-spacer and space commander, Prof Jun Cajigal, welcoming you to another online telescope viewing. And this time po mga ka-spacers, my telescope is pointed at the waning gibbous moon at about 95% illumination mga ka-spacers. And today is Feb 18, 2022. And this coming Sunday, we will start with our celebration of the National Astronomy Week. The National Astronomy Week will be celebrated on Feb 20 to 26, 2022. So ayan po, very excited na po lahat ng mga astronomy groups, mga astronomy communities dito po sa Pilipinas. And this celebration of the National Astronomy Week is spearheaded po mga ka-spacers by Pag-asa. Alright, so bago po yung promotion na yan ng National Astronomy Week, so dito po tayo sa ating waning gibbous moon in our online telescope viewing at 95% illumination. So samahan niyo po ako mga ka-spacers in the next 30 minutes as we observe through the lens of my telescope the waning gibbous moon at 95% illumination. So ayan, you heard it mga ka-spacers, no, waning. So waning gibbous means that we are now between full moon and last quarter. Waning means that in appearance, the moon is getting smaller. Ayan, so waning means mga ka-spacers that there is a gradual decrease of the moon's sunlit part, no, after full moon. The waning process lasts until new moon. And it has two phases mga ka-spacers. Waning gibbous, nandito na po tayo sa waning gibbous phase when the illumination decreases to 50%. Ayan po yung last quarter. And the waning crescent when the illumination decreases to 2%. Alright, and kung mapapansin po ninyo, ang ating buwan ay kakaiba po yung shape niyan. So medyo oblong siya, no, or egg shape. Alright, so we are now between full moon and last quarter. And masisilahin nyo itong waning gibbous late at night or early morning na po. And you might catch the moon in its waning gibbous phase again late at night or early in the morning. It appears less than full but more than half lighted mga ka-spacers. A waning gibbous moon rises later at night, no, than full moon, and you should catch it ascending over your eastern horizon somewhere between sundown and midnight. Alright, so ayan po yung ating waning gibbous moon tonight, Feb 18, 2022. And later mga ka-spacers, we will be magnifying the image of our waning gibbous moon so that we could examine more of its lunar surface. Ayan po mga ka-spacers. So again, samahan niyo po ako in the next 30 minutes. And siguro bago po tayo magpatuloy at mamaya i-magnify natin yung image ng buwan. So again po, shout out sa mga officers and crew of the Vedan Society of Young Astronomers headed by Miss Angeline Kilang, at talagang napakasipag po nila in our preparation for the celebration of the National Astronomy Week, no? This coming Sunday na po ang umpisa niyan, Feb 20, and magtatapos yan sa Feb 26. And meron kaming hinanda, no? The Vedan Society of Young Astronomers have prepared several activities in celebrating of the National Astronomy Week 2022. Alright, so mamaya po babanggitin po natin at ipopromote natin yung mga activities na yan. Okay, so again po, in a few minutes, we will be magnifying the image of our waning gibbous moon. Ayan po. And also shoutout po sa mga kasama ko from the Manila Street Astronomers Happy National Astronomy Week 2022 sa inyo. Lalo na kay Mr. Christopher Lu, yan one of the co-founders of the Manila Street Astronomers. And also sa mga kaibigan ko dyan sa Philippine Astronomical Society with Sir Camilo Dacanay as the chairman of the board ng Philippine Astronomical Society. Sir, shoutout sa inyo. And kay Mr. Hernan Dizon also from the Philippine Astronomical Society. Okay po. And ito po yung telescope na ginamit ko. Ito po yung picture ko na nasa taas ang ating camera. So that is an 80 mm refracting telescope. So refractor means that the telescope uses lenses to produce a magnified image of the distant object. Okay po, ito na po yung ating magnified image of the waning gibbous moon. Alright, so nakikita niyo po yung Montes Apenninus mountain range, and itong malaking puti na to, that's the Copernicus crater. No? Puti kasi medyo maliwanag po yung loob, hindi masyadong spectacular. Pero pag 60% illuminated po yung ating waning gibbous moon, maganda na ho yan tignan, or sa waning crescent po, yan magandang tignan yung Copernicus crater. And what's striking about the Copernicus crater, mga ka-spacers, are those patterns of white lines radiating along the rim. So ayan po yung mga rays. And these rays, they're caused by debris thrown out by the initial impact. No, when the Copernicus crater was created by an asteroid or a comet or a meteor. Now, the debris called ejecta can turn and create secondary craters. Ayan po. So, we are now moving the telescope dito sa may Southern Lunar Highlands. So, ang nakikita nyo malaking itim na yan, yung dark patch na yan, those are lunar plains, and ayan po ay yung Oceanus Procellarum kung saan po nakalocate yung Copernicus crater. And by the way, mga ka-spacers, yung Copernicus crater ay napakalaking crater niyan. The Copernicus crater is 93 kilometers in diameter and has a depth of about 3.8 kilometers. So, malulula po kayo. 93 kilometers from Calamba to Alabang 33 plus kilometers lang. Ito 93, saan pa kayo? And my telescope now is pointing at the Tycho crater. Ayan po, no? Mas maganda po ang Tycho crater ngayon po compared to the Copernicus crater at this phase of the moon. The Tycho crater is a prominent lunar impact crater in the southern lunar highlands, named after the Danish astronomer Tycho Brahe. Ayan po, napakaganda po ng Tycho crater. Ang Tycho crater po ay 85 kilometers across. Ayan po, no? Mas malaki yung Copernicus, no? Pero ito ay malaki din po, 85 kilometers in diameter and has a depth of about 4.8. Medyo malalim po ito, no, compared to Copernicus. Ayan po, so napakaganda po ng Tycho crater. Kitang-kita yung rim, no? Yung parang yung itim na bilog na yan. So at this phase of the moon, talagang kasindak-sindak at napakagandang tignan ng Tycho crater compared to Copernicus. Yan. Pero hintayin natin, no, pag siguro waning crescent yan, or sa last quarter, yan, magandang tignan yung Copernicus crater. Okay, yan. So yung mga puti-puti na yan nakikita nyo, those are impact craters. Yung bright areas are lunar highlands. Okay, so ayan po. So imaginein po natin, mga ka-spacers, that we are on board the Apollo spacecraft. Ayan po, so habang ginagalaw ko po yung telescope na mabagal, ini-imagine ko po na ako'y nakasakay sa Apollo spacecraft, and ini-imagine ko po, mga ka-spacers, that we are orbiting the moon. Ayan po, so nadaanan na po natin ulit yung Copernicus crater, yung malaking puti na yan. Ito po yung Montes Apenninus mountain range. And ayan po yung Sea of Tranquility kung saan po naglanding yung Apollo 11. So again, yung mga dark areas na yan, yung mga dark patches na yan are lunar plains. So mga patag po yan ng buwan. And ito po yung Sea of Tranquility. No? Kaya kinawag pong sea kasi early sailors thought, yung mga early astronomers, they thought that yung mga dark areas na yan are bodies of water. No? Kaya binigay na pangalan na Mare or Maria, which is the Latin for seas. Okay, kasi akala nila dagat yan. Pero hindi yan dagat. Those are actually solidified pools of ancient basaltic lava. Okay, so isn't that fascinating mga ka-spacers? So if you have any questions or even reactions or comments about what you are seeing right now sa ating online telescope viewing, please comment down below. Ayan po, yan, nakikita nyo po yung Montes Apenninus Mountain Range. Ayan, kitang-kita po, napakagandang tignan sa telescope. And ito po, I am moving the telescope. Yung malaking puti na yan, that is the Copernicus crater. Ayan, medyo maliwanag lang po yung loob. And again, the Copernicus crater is about 93 kilometers across. Ayan po yung diameter niya. And about 3.8 kilometers deep. Alright, and yung malaking dark patch na ito, ayan po yung Oceanus Procellarum kung saan po nakalocate ang ating Copernicus crater. Alright, and ang Apollo mission dyan sa Oceanus Procellarum was Apollo 12. Alright, dyan nagpunta po yung Apollo 12. Alright, dun sa Sea of Tranquility naman, dun yung landing site ng Apollo 11. Alright, so that is our magnified image of the waning gibbous moon tonight, Feb 18, 2022. Ayan po mga ka-spacers, no? So sana nagustuhan yan, sana kayo ay namangha sa nakita nyong mga details ng lunar surface. So if you have any reactions or comments or even questions about our online telescope viewing featuring our waning gibbous moon tonight, just feel free to type in your comments, your reactions, your questions in our comment section below mga ka-spacers. And ito po again yung telescope na ginamit ko in our lunar imaging tonight. Yan po, nakasilip ako ha. Ayan, ka-spacer at work. So ayan po yung aking 80mm refracting telescope. Refracting meaning that the telescope uses lenses to produce a magnified image of the distant object. And yung ginamit kong eyepiece dyan is a 15mm Plausil eyepiece, which is the workhorse of amateur astronomy. And meron po yung cellphone adapter at nakakabit po yan sa aking laptop. So we are viewing digitally the waning gibbous moon live and alive from Las Piñas. Ayan po. Okay, at talagang nag-iisa lang po ako sa kalsada. Ayan po. Yan talagang street astronomy po, no? Yan. Kaya lang hinintay ko talaga na medyo ako lang po yung mag-isa. Tayo ko po mag-create ng super spreader event. Kasi baka dumugin po ako ng tao. Gusto nilang sumilip. Okay, so ayan po, nakakamiss na rin yung ganyan, yung mga face-to-face public telescope viewing na ginagawa ko before the pandemic. Ayan, so nakakalungkot lang ako lang yung mag-isa dyan, pero gusto ko maraming tao dyan. Alright, gusto ko sumilip sila sa telescope. Alright, so anyway, okay na rin tong online setup, so we are still bringing the telescope to you mga ka-spacers, even though we are in this online or digital setup. Nakikita naman natin yung buwan na clear, maganda po yung ng ating image na binibigay ng ating telescope. So para na rin po kayong nakasilip dun sa eyepiece ng aking telescope. Pero iba pa rin po talaga yung experience of looking through the eyepiece kagaya pa ng ginagawa ko sa picture na ito. No, iba pa rin yung experience po. Siguro darating tayo sa panahon na magiging ganyan din, face to face na tayo sana, no? So panalangin natin na sana matapos na yung pandemya. Alright, so in a few minutes, uulitin po natin yung magnified image of the waning gibbous moon dun sa mga nakamiss kanina. Okay, so again, waning gibbous po tayo ngayon mga ka-spacers, no? So we are now between full moon, katatapos lang po ng full moon na tinatawag nilang snow moon based on the old farmer's almanac, no? Snow moon. So we are now between full moon and last quarter. Ayan po. Okay, and waning means that in appearance, the moon is getting smaller. No, in contrast to waxing. Pag waxing, in appearance, the moon is getting bigger. So papunta na tayo dun na unti-unti nang lumiliit yung buwan in appearance. Alright, waning means that there is a gradual decrease of the moon's sunlit part after full moon. Waning process lasts until new moon. Okay, and itong waning phase, dalawa po yan. We have waning gibbous, no, when the illumination decreases to 50%, and waning crescent, no, the illumination drops to 2%. Okay po, and masisilayan na rin po natin itong waning gibbous hanggang waning crescent na po yan late at night or early morning. Alright, so you might catch, masisilayan natin itong waning gibbous moon late na po sa gabi or early morning. Alright, so a waning gibbous moon rises later at night, no, than the full moon. And you should be able to catch itong waning gibbous moon ascending over your eastern horizon somewhere between sundown and midnight. Ayan, so kung gusto nyo pong masilayan ang waning gibbous hanggang waning crescent na po yan, medyo hindi na po kayo matutulog or late na po kayo matutulog. Alright, so ayan po yung ating waning gibbous moon tonight, Feb 18, 2022. And ano ba yung sinisimbolize nitong waning gibbous, no? Sa mga tao, iba kasi yung tingin nila sa waning gibbous. So ang waning gibbous phase is the perfect time of the month to be grateful, no, and share the right thing you have in life with the loved ones. No, kasi waning parang patapos na yan. I don't know kung parang last phase na ng buhay, no. So it is the perfect time of the month na magnilay-nilay po tayo at tayo magpasalamat, maging grateful tayo sa mga bagay na nare-receive natin sa buhay. No, the light of the moon is starting to decrease until a new moon, and it means that you can now benefit from hard work you had to do for the last 2 weeks. Ayan po. So parang ano na ito, pang waning, parang ibig sabihin nito ay magpahinga na po kayo. Ayan po. So yun ang sinisimbolize ng waning gibbous moon. Waning moon. Yan, hanggang waning gibbous yan hanggang waning crescent. Okay, alright. So in a few minutes po, ima-magnify po natin yung ating image of the moon do sa mga nakamiss kanina. Alright, and siguro bago po tayo magpatuloy, again gusto ko lang po i-promote yung mga upcoming events natin in the celebration of the National Astronomy Week 2022. So itong National Astronomy Week mga ka-spacers is spearheaded by Pag-asa. No, Pag-asa po yung nag-i-initiate yan. And sinasamahan po namin yung lahat ng mga astronomy groups, lahat ng mga astronomy enthusiasts out there, yan yung mga ka-spacers natin dyan. Yan, we celebrate together with Pag-asa itong National Astronomy Week. And ang Vedan Society of Young Astronomers had prepared several activities in line with the celebration of the National Astronomy Week, which will start this coming Sunday, no, Feb 20, and it will end at Feb 26. So ang BSYA po, naghanda po kami ng mga activities. So we have a webinar on Feb 23. This webinar will be focusing on the James Webb Telescope, its implications amidst the COVID-19 pandemic. So maganda po yung topic na yan, no? about the James Webb Telescope and its implications amidst the COVID-19 pandemic. So sa Wednesday po yan, Feb 23 around 1:30 in the afternoon. Alright, so marami na rin po nag-register. So again po, iniimbitahan ko po kayo to register and libre po ito, wala po itong bayad. Alright, so free po. All you need to do is to register. Visit our Facebook page, the Bedan Society of Young Astronomers. Nandun po yung registration link. Alright, and again, ulitin ko po mga ka-spacers. Libre po, walang bayad to. So take the opportunity at marami po kayong matututunan and magagaling po ang aming mga resource speakers sa webinar na ito. And isa doon ay si Mr. Christopher Lu, si Sir Louie from the Manila Street Astronomers. Okay, so ayan po yung aming webinar this coming Wednesday, Feb 23. 1:30 po yan ng hapon. Please register para mabigay po namin yung Zoom link sa inyo. And this will be live streamed on Facebook. Saan pa ho kayo? Alright. Then on Feb 25, we will be having a special online telescope viewing entitled Takip Silim. So we will just feature lahat ng mga lunar phases for the month of February. Ayan. And sumali po kayo kasi ang mga BSYA members po yung mag-ano neto and may mga papremyo po kami. Alright, so siguro bago natin ituloy yan, this is again the magnified image of our waning gibbous moon mga ka-spacers. So ayan po yung malaking puti na yan, that's the Copernicus crater. Ayan, so maliwanag lang yung kanyang loob. Kaya hindi masyadong spectacular pero kitang-kita po yung patterns of white lines. Nakikita nyo, those are rays. Alright. Ayan, so imagine niyo po mga ka-spacers kasi ayan yung style ko lagi sa aking online telescope viewing yan. Ginagalaw ko po yung telescope na dahan-dahan para isipin ninyo, imagine ninyo na kayo po ay nakasakay sa Apollo spacecraft. Ayan, okay, kasi yun talagang pangarap ko noon. Pangarap ko talagang maging astronaut at makapunta sana sa buwan. Pero wala, hindi natupad po. So this is the closest thing of a spaceship, itong telescope ko. So pag nakamagnify yung buwan na ganyan, ini-imagine ko na ako po ay nakasakay sa spaceship at ako ay feeling astronaut na rin. Ayan po, so I am now moving the telescope at the southern lunar highlands. And mamaya yan, in a few moments, makikita po natin yung Tycho crater. Ayan po, pababa na po yung yan. Napakaganda po yung Tycho crater. Ayan, kitang-kita nyo po mga ka-space. Yan yung malaking crater na yan. Yan po yung Tycho crater, which is a prominent lunar impact crater located in the southern lunar highlands. Ito po. So yung mga bright areas na ito, those are lunar highlands and impact craters. Yung mga dark patches, yung mga itim-itim na areas, those are lunar plains. Mga patag po yan ng buwan. Ayan po. So ito po yung southern lunar highlands. Ito yung bright areas na yan. Mga impact craters yan and mga matataas na bahagi ng buwan. And nandyan po yung Tycho crater. No, ang Tycho crater has a diameter of about 85 kilometers, no, across, no, galing, and has a depth of about 4.8 kilometers. Ayan po, so napakalaking crater pa rin yan, no, pero mas malaki yung Copernicus, pero kayo mamamangha pa rin dito. And talagang very clear and visible yung patterns of white lines na yan, no? So what makes the Tycho crater stand out mga ka-spacers? Yung rays na yan, no? It was formed recently enough na maging visible yung rays na yan. Those are the materials ejected during the impact event that created the Tycho crater. Alright. Okay, so I am now moving the telescope. Papunta na po tayo sa northern part ng buwan. And itong malaking dark area na to, ayan po yung Oceanus Procellarum kung saan po nakalocate yung Copernicus crater naman. Ayan, and I am moving the telescope. Yan, papunta na po tayo sa Copernicus crater. Alright, so ayan po yung Copernicus crater. Yan yung malaking puti na yan. Alright, ito po yung Montes Apenninus Mountain Range, and ito po yung malaking patag na yun. That's the Sea of Tranquility kung saan po naglanding yung Apollo 11. And by the way po, itong mga itim na areas na ito, these are lunar plains. Ang tawag dyan ay mares or Marias. The word Maria is the Latin for seas. Kasi akala nila na yung mga itim na yan, those are bodies of water. No, early astronomers and early sailors thought na yung mga dark areas na yan are bodies of water. Kaya binigay na pangalan na Maria, Mare, or seas. Alright, so ayan po, no, very fascinating talaga. And imagine niyo po mga ka-spacers na kayo po ay nakasakay sa Apollo spacecraft habang ginagalaw natin yung telescope. So ito po yung pinakamalapit. This is the nearest thing to a spaceship na itong ating telescope. Alright, so ginigita natin yung Montes Apenninus. Ayan po yung Montes Apenninus Mountain Range. Alright, and ito po ulit yung Copernicus crater na isa sa mga pinakamalaking craters sa buwan, which has a diameter of 93 kilometers. Yan. And kitang-kita yung patterns of white lines radiating along the rim, yung mga rays or ejecta. Okay, so really fascinating indeed mga ka-spacers. No? What do you think? So if you have any comments or reactions or questions, just type in your comments, your questions in our comment section below. Alright, so ayan po mga ka-spacers. Okay, so napakaganda talaga ng ating waning gibbous moon tonight at 95% illumination. Okay, ayan po. So that's our magnified image of our waning gibbous moon tonight, Feb 18, 2022. Ayan po, so sana nagustuhan niyo po yung ating magnified image of the waning gibbous moon. Okay, so again po mga ka-spacers, no, pakiusap ko lang sa inyo to please like and share this online telescope viewing para marami namang tao makapanood, lalong-lalo na po yung mga estudyante dyan para ma-inspire sila at maging engaged sila sa siyensya. So please like, share, and please subscribe also to my YouTube channel, The Science Guy, Prof Jun Cajigal. Okay, so bago po tayo magtapos sa ating online telescope viewing, again po may mga activities po kami in the celebration of the National Astronomy Week, which is this coming Sunday na po magsisimula, Feb 20, and will end on Feb 26. So nabanggit ko na po kanina yung webinar on Wednesday, Feb 23, about the James Webb Telescope. Then yung Takip Silim online telescope viewing on Feb 25. So sumali po kayo kasi meron po kaming pa-contest dito at magbibigay po kami ng mga pa-premyo. Ayan po. So antabayanan niyo po yan. So we would like to encourage everybody to join our online telescope viewing on Feb 25 called Takip Silim. And to culminate the National Astronomy Week, meron po kaming Battle of the Bands on Feb 26 entitled Rock the Stars 2022. So Battle of the Bands to pero may twist of astronomy. So you will be enjoying good music but at the same time learn about astronomy mga ka-spacers. Ayan po, so yun yung aming Battle of the Bands, Rock the Stars 2022. Okay, so please join us in the celebration of the National Astronomy Week 2022. So kahit na medyo naka-online setup pa rin po tayo, patuloy pa rin naming sineselebrate yan. Pero sana matapos na rin po yung pandemya para hopefully by next year, face-to-face na po yung ating celebration of the National Astronomy Week 2023. Yan, para makapag-conduct na rin po ako ng face-to-face public telescope viewing at talagang excited na ako na makabalik sa Robinson's Place, Las Piñas. Okay, so siguro hanggang dito na lang po tayo. 30 minutes na po. And sana nagustuhan niyo po yung ating online telescope viewing of the waning gibbous moon. So this is your Spacer and Space Commander Professor Jun Cajigal saying live long and prosper. And again mga ka-spacers, huwag niyo pong kalilimutan, always keep your space. Alright, mag-iingat po tayong lahat. And join us in our celebration of the National Astronomy Week on Feb 20 to Feb 26. Visit our Facebook page, the Bedan Society of Young Astronomers, for updates and details of our activities. Visit also the Skywatcher Society of Las Piñas Facebook page and the Science Guy Spacers channel also on Facebook. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel, The Science Guy Professor Jun Cajigal. Alright, so hanggang dito na lang po tayo. Bye-bye! See you in my next online telescope viewing. Always keep your space. Bye-bye!